Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 93 of Podcast of Five Rings, your source of enlightenment in the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and tech. Each episode of Podcast of Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud, and topic by topic, day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Friday. To catch updates about the podcast or for other news, give us a follow on your social media platform of choice, listed in the description below. I'm your host, GM, and overseer of Podcast of Five Rings, Obsidian. That would choke on a cough drop. That was a bad idea. We're recording on Halloween tonight. But you're going to hear this after Halloween, so it's not going to be a spooky themed episode.
Yeah, please don't die on Halloween as you're recording.
Oh, please. I would love for nothing more to go out on Halloween. What's the wall that will not fall, Tetsuo? And the resident wild card now.
Yo!
Laugh at my self-deprecation, damn you.
No?
Yep. Thanks, Tets. You gave me the pity laugh.
If that's really what you want, I'm sure we can arrange.
I expect assassins outside my door on the morrow.
See, that's the problem, is that you expect it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It'll be like 2 months from now.
What you don't realize is they already have done it.
You die on Christmas instead.
What is it? Omewa.
Omawa mo shinderu.
That's it.
Little did I know, I'm already dead. So, what's going on, guys? It's been a while since y'all have been on here.
Yeah.
Work sucks.
Yeah, I know. Did they leave you roses by the stairs at least?
No.
Surprises let you know they care?
Nope.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks for me at work. And it's been pretty good as of late, but y'all have been on that 12-hour life.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah.
Are you officially done now with 12 hours?
Yeah, I'm Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 now, again.
Yeah, I'm 8 to 8. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I still have to work 8 to 2, so it's just...
Oh, you have to work on weekends. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's not... I mean, it's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's only like 2 hours more than what I was doing before, but it's just 12 hours.
12 hours straight is rough.
Yeah, it sucks so bad.
Yep. I mean, I'd be okay with 10-hour shifts. 4 10s, that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Why'd they make you guys do that?
They just needed the coverage
for
what we're doing right now.
You guys work on, like, projects and stuff, basically, right? Or is that how, like... I feel like you told me that once. It's like there's like really busy times of year where your company's doing, like, a project, and then...
It's just that's a new thing.
It's not time of year as much as, do we have clients coming and throwing lots of projects our way or not, is kind of more the state of affairs, I guess.
Mao nods in agreement. Well, what about video? What have you been doing in that area or outside of work? Because fuck work.
I picked up Outer Worlds last Friday. Been playing some of that.
Everybody seems to like it.
Yeah, I might talk about that next week. I also because I haven't played it for a few days because I've been grinding out some of the Destiny 2 Halloween stuff. Because I got back into that for no good reason.
Like you do.
Shame.
Yeah. What about you, Tets?
It's been a lot of daddy duty and let's see.
Baby duty.
Baby duty. I've been working on more with the Maho Shoujo stuff. I finally have a game set up and have people jumping in for a play-by-post, so that's nice. I got more playtesters, which if anybody's interested in playtesting, just let us know and I can throw you the link for the playtest doc. But still working on formatting working on getting the art stuff together. And then in the little bit of time I have off, I've been just doing miniature painting mostly. Finally got all my BattleTech miniatures painted. That took forever.
Well, should we then just segue into your topic, because it's kind of a tie in there.
I want to hear what you did.
You don't want to hear about what I've been doing.
Yes, I do, because it ruins your plans to segue.
I mean, I can tell you if you want to ruin the segue.
It's been Trails.
Yeah, Trails of Cold Steel 3. I've been waiting on this game for 2 years, and I'm fucking loving it.
So, not having known anything about these games, when you guys first started talking about them, I, for some reason thought they were going to be mecha games, and I was really sad when I realized they weren't.
About that.
Yeah, about that.
There's a nice cliffhanger at the end of one, where it suddenly genre shifts massively. It goes from, Persona to Gundam. Basically. They're not really Gundams, but
it's weird. Oh yeah, that's why in chat, in our play-by-post chat, I was like, if there's a mech under this school, I have dibs.
Do you have heart palpitations as you get closer and explore the rest of the school grounds and something's going on here?
It means I get to pilot a mech? Absolutely.
What are all these awakeners and stuff going on? You get to find out some of the other awakeners in this game. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was trying to watch. I watched some summary stuff from the previous two game arcs that lead up into this one, and there is one character. There are mechanized enemies throughout the entire thing. They're not that particular mech, but there is a little girl who has a giant mech.
Is there? I must have missed that.
Well, not or in.
Oh no! It's. Are you talking about Al?
No.
The crossbell stuff.
Rim? I mean.
Rin. Yeah, she's in the Ouroboros. None of this is making any sense to anyone, because this is a very deep,
convoluted.
It's a very convoluted world that spans 10 games now, I think, or something.
And the middle game series never came out over here.
Yeah, I watched some videos about it just to know what the heck was going on. You start dealing with a lot of that stuff in this game. You don't have to really know.
Well, you mentioned that the people from the main character, you just start playing as the characters from the previous game series. At the end of game 2, once the story is basically resolved, you start playing as the characters from another series out of nowhere. That never came to localized over here.
Yeah, that were never localized over here. So everyone has been like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny, but they're good. They're lots of dialogue, lots of reading. So
it's a Japanese RPG.
Yeah, it's cranked up to 11, kind of.
So it's turn-based, is what I'm.
It is, but it's. But I like the combat a lot actually in this game. So I like the system. Right. But I'll talk about that for another day because that's not really a topic. But maybe when Mao's played through them.
There.
Yeah, when Mao's played through them, we can talk more about Trails. But all right, Tets, go ahead.
In a year.
So I heard my name and then I heard my speaker spazzed out.
You have the floor, sir.
Oh yay! I've always wanted a floor. So all the convoluted segue that we had there. I wanted to talk about a series of miniatures that I've been slowly over time collecting and stuff. From Ryan Wolf over at 0 Hour, and these are Starship miniatures, which I don't know that I actually said that yet. So yeah, they're Starship miniatures. But what's cool about them is he also makes these posters for the insides of the ships, and they're designed to be able to be used with any of your spaceship sci-fi games that you want to do, whether that's, Starfinder, Traveler, Stars Without Number, Space Jammer, whatever. He has these available for you, and you can go on drivethroughrpg.com to pick up the actual PDFs for like the ships and stuff, and he'll give you like stats and everything for them. But it's really cool. Like he's like there's I forget what the count was last time I had seen it. Like 40, I think, different ships that he's done, not counting small shuttles and stuff. But he specifically does these for as aids for gaming, because when you look at a lot of your sci-fi RPGs, they talk about making ships, but you never really have miniatures for them, and that really makes it hard sometimes for spaceship combat. So he kind of saw this niche and he slipped into it. But the miniatures themselves are resin cast, so it's not like, at first I thought they might have been 3D printed the way the material is, but it's not. They are cast, which is nice. And they're like, it's a nice solid piece of plastic. Like the detailing on it's really good. It does a really good job of just sharp, crisp lines. I don't think I've had a single one that I've had to clean flashing off of it or anything like that, so that's made me happy.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, none of them have been bended too weirdly or anything. Nope. That's good, because even like a company like 40 or Games Workshop, you'll get resin models and they'll just you have to like soak them for a while in warm water so you can bend them back.
Yeah, these I mean, part of it.
No, I guess they're a bit more solid structure than a person, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because in my experience, usually what gets bent are swords, the halves of weapons, anything that's like thinner like that. And these are, I mean, every single part of it's just nice and thick. It's just they have that visual weight that you'd expect from a spaceship. So I guess it just, from the ones I've gotten, there's not been the opportunity for warpage. Unless like the heat was intense. Like the kind of heat it would take to warp these, you would lose so much of the detail, and it just wouldn't really be usable. But yeah, each of them, I think they vary in price from like $6 up to like $9 each, something like that for the miniatures.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah,
it's pretty good for a miniature.
Yep, and each one comes with a clear hex base stand with a little flight pole post thing, and I think his shipping is like $7 flat. So you can like just buy a bunch of them, and it's just $7 to get it sent to you for shipping. So yeah, you can get a lot for pretty cheap. And especially again considering the quality of these things, like they are definitely well worth it. Sorry, one of them just fell off its stand, and I'm fiddling with them as I'm talking, so like as I'm looking at them to remember points that I wanted to talk about. No, but yeah, they come with the flight stand, so you don't have to worry about that. He has them hex based because in addition to selling the models themselves, he sells PDFs of the like details on the ships. But he also has, or at least at one point he was developing, I don't know if it fully went through, his own mini war game based around it. But it is really intended more to be an RPG aid. And then the post, as I said, they also sell posters with them. You have to get those separately. So I think the posters are like an extra $5 or something like that. Hold on, let me look. No, an extra 13-ish. 10 to 13, depending on what you're getting. They're usually two-sided, giving you either like a pristine version of the ship or a customized version of the ship. But the quality of the posters, like, I mean, they're posters, right? Like, there's only so much it can really do, but it's a nice glossy. I'm gonna hold up the poster as if people can see this on our audio recording. It's a nice glossy material. He ships them curled up in a tube, so you don't have to worry about creases. the turnaround for that is, at least for me, it prefers to stay in a rolled up shape, which is fine because I don't use it crazy a lot, and so it's nice to keep it stored. But when you're using it, you have to kind of weight down the corners to make it flat. But there's easy ways around that, and that's a lot easier to fix than, creases up and down the center of the sheet, I feel like. But yeah, it's if you are like me, you just love lots of different spaceship designs and not only the aesthetics, but like the deck plans and all that kind of stuff. Definitely check them out. There's a lot of stuff, and then the miniatures themselves are like 1 to 3 inches or something like that. So they don't take up a lot of space, but you can do what I'm doing and just collecting them just to display because they are nice miniatures. They really are. I really like them.
So you're saying you're not going to be running Starfinder anytime soon?
Probably not. Partially because Starfinder is towards the bottom of my sci-fi RPGs, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, he, and speaking of Starfinder, actually, I don't know if I said this earlier, he did stat them out for, I forget which one initially, it was one of the early D20 sci-fi games, but he went back through them all and statted them up for Starfinder. So if you see a ship that you really like to play with Starfinder, you can, for free, download the Starfinder stats for that ship, and boom, you got it. Don't have to, make it up or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was really cool and really nice. So.
How many different models and stuff do they have?
There's probably a good. Let's see.
Throw me up a link to that website, Tits.
Here you go. Here's the shop link, and we'll have it in the description below, I'm sure, as well.
Yep,
but it's
I'll put it in
zero.
the show.
Yeah, it's 0-hr.com for anybody that
22?
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, about 30-ish, 30 something. Because some of them are sets of ships that don't come in some singular. Some of them are space stations. He has the Vanguard station and the Crucible. If you get the maps for them, it takes 2 maps, both front and back, to cover all of the deck plans, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that someone was able to just kind of do this on their own.
Yep.
The website's nothing special, but
it's not.
Yeah, it's very basic. But yeah, it's nice that they were able to, they've had Kickstarter campaigns, right?
Yep. Yeah, I was about to say that.
All crowdsourcing. It's pretty cool.
He has Kickstarters going fairly often. It's not crazy often, but fairly often. And if you back the Kickstarters, you get you can get the miniatures and the posters for dirt cheap if you just are regularly backing him. I forget how, recently I got one of his stuff in from a Kickstarter, and I forget how much that was, but it was even cheaper than, the $6 and $7 for shipping. So.
How many of them do you own now?
At the moment, 6.
Do you plan on getting all of them eventually?
At some point, as long as my wife allows it.
About how long did it take you to paint one of them?
Well, let's see. I started, I finished, almost finished 3 of them today, and I started it at 10-ish, so probably got done
pretty quick then.
Yeah, granted, it depends on what all you do for your painting as well, which again, I know I've mentioned before, that could be a whole topic in and of itself. But for me, for these particular ones, I find that they're faster than doing Warhammer or D&D or something like that. Because there's only so much you really need to pick out.
Yeah, a lot less little details because they're meant to represent something much larger.
Exactly, and a lot of the
paint some of the details, throw some wash on there.
Yep.
A little bit of dry brushing, probably.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the greebles are supposed to be the same color as like whatever they're already on, so you're not trying to pick I mean, you could pick them all out in a different color, but usually the way that it flows visually makes a lot of sense for them to just kind of be the same color. But yeah, that's what I do is I prime it, block the whole thing out in like spaceship gray, pick out a few panels to do a color on, wash it in black, then dry brush it for both the gray and the color, whatever it is, pick out fine details, edge highlight. It's done. And then the window screen's black with a white dot. Because all spaceships have to have windows, because...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, they're very nice little models.
Yeah, for the price.
Yep. Yeah.
Probably with the shipping cost, this is like a $7 shipping thing. You probably want to get a few at least, but
yeah, I think like if you were just to get one, it's roughly like that's closer to what I would expect for the quality of miniature you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you order, 2 or more, you're getting a good deal. Like just plain and simply, they're really nice. They are really, again, they're very solid, very sharp details. I've not had to deal with flashing. It's not to say you're not going to have to. I just mean so far I haven't. But yeah, I really like them. And the ship, just in general, the starship designs are just on point. Like even the ones that I don't like that much are still pretty well done. Like they're still really nice looking. There's some that are better, but I don't know. Like I just really like the way they all came out. So. Oh, sorry, we just got trick-or-treaters that showed up and our lights are out. We don't have candy. Yep. Sorry, that... Because lightning bugs are also known as firefly, and we're talking about spaceships. That's about the best I got. I mean, speaking of, one of the ship's designs in there, it's the Clydesdale, but it's reminiscent enough of Serenity and the Firefly class ship from the show Firefly that was the second one I bought.
Yeah.
So straight up, it looks close enough to it that it makes me happy. But yeah. So if you're interested, go check it out, and I don't know that I have anything else to add to it. They're really nice miniatures. The posters are really nice. They're great aids to use, and I like to just collect them because they're just that nice.
For some reason, my mouse speed just dramatically slowed out of nowhere. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
it's horrifying.
Rip Obs.